You're about to go on one of the most shocking occurrences in the history of pawnshops and reality TV. In case you haven't heard the news yet, the story of Rick Harrison has taken an abrupt and dramatic turn, since every tiny detail matters. And you don't want to miss anything? Watch this movie all the way through. The announcement that Rick Harrison, the face of a well-known pawnshop and one of the stars of a famous TV show, was given the death penalty marked the end of an era. The entertainment industry has been stunned by the court's decision, despite Harrison's long-standing reputation as a wise businessman who enjoyed history and collections. Admirers worldwide are now compelled to question how a man who radiated confidence and knowledge could have been given such a harsh punishment. How someone who educated millions of people about rare items and the skill of negotiating might find oneself in a legal bind is hard to understand. Rumor has it, though, that Harrison's issues had been mounting for some time. The problems began when rumors of financial mismanagement, tax problems, and illegal pawn business dealings started to circulate. Even those who admired his skills could not ignore the growing suspicion that behind-the-scenes operations were not as perfect as they seemed. In the early days of the television show, Rick Harrison was admired for his charisma, honesty, and straightforward manner. He was seen as a pillar of confidence in a world where every transaction may be a secret. However, as time went on, more and more data became accessible. Indications of possible fraud in the shop's transactions were found during investigations, and some even questioned whether more than astute business practices were at play. There were also charges of tax evasion and money laundering. Even while the details were first unclear, it became clear as the evidence grew that the legal system was forced to respond. This news is about a legacy that has affected the lives of many individuals, not just one man, according to the television program's viewers. With every artifact he acquired, Rick Harrison's storytelling skills brought history to life. He was not merely a businessman. His ability to simplify even the most complicated transactions and his brilliant sense of humor made him a favorite among the audience. Now that his final sentence has been delivered, the future of the show and the pawn store is in jeopardy. The shock that has rippled through the entertainment industry is hard to put into words. For many years, the store was regarded as a safe haven where history and business coexisted, and the past and present were treated with equal respect. There are worries about what will happen now that one of its key leaders has departed. Will the shop continue as it always has, or will Rick Harrison's steady leadership force it to change? Many believe that his family members, including Chumley and Corey Harrison, would try to carry on the business, but without Rick's leadership, the future is uncertain. Right now, people everywhere are glued to their screens, trying to put together the series of events that led up to this dramatic moment. The story takes a number of surprising turns, and it becomes clearer as more details are revealed that there might have been a lot more going on behind closed doors than anyone could have ever imagined. The finality of Rick Harrison's sentence has also sparked conversations about what will happen to the television show that brought him into our homes. Some supporters believe that this is the end of an era and that a man who once stood for knowledge and trust is forever gone, while others are hopeful that an appeal could turn the tide. The fact that the plot of this film is always evolving is vital for viewers to understand. Even while the sentence is final, there are still a lot of unanswered questions. Was this the result of years of disdain for business practices? Or was the government forced to intervene by external forces? How will the television show that millions of people grew up watching and the pawnshop fare in the future? It may take some time to find the answers, and they might involve more legal and emotional upheaval than anyone could have predicted. As you watch this movie with us, consider the impact one person may have on a whole industry. Rick Harrison's journey serves as a reminder that the real world is sometimes far more complex than what is depicted on TV, and that there are often unsaid barriers to achievement. His passing is a sad reminder that even the most well-respected individuals make mistakes and that publicizing allegations of financial mismanagement and malfeasance can have dire consequences. Rick Harrison's story provides insight into the basics of the pawn industry while also narrating the emotional problems of one guy. For decades, pawnshops have given fresh life to items with interesting histories. These are places where people may connect with the past, whether it's through a rare coin, an antique watch, or a piece of history that has a unique narrative to tell. But when the basis of trust is broken, as it has been in this case, It has a profound effect on everything that came before it. Throughout his tenure, Rick Harrison promoted integrity in the pawnshop sector. His deep understanding of history was evident in every deal, and his calm demeanor and witty wit made him a reliable advisor. However, the legacy he has built up over the years is now being questioned since his legal troubles have gotten out of hand. Fans who once thought he was an unstoppable figure are now facing the sobering reality that even icons may lose popularity. In this video, we'll look at every detail of this unfolding drama. We'll examine the evidence that supported the final sentence, take into account any possible mistakes made by the pawnshop's management, and discuss the ramifications for the future of the business and the TV show. We will also talk about the reactions of fans and the general public, who are having a hard time comprehending the news and its consequences for the reality TV sector. Remember, every detail matters in this story, from the first indications of issues to the crucial court appearance. This account captures the highs and lows of a life in the spotlight. It becomes clear that this is a complex, multi-layered story rather than just a simple legal issue as we break down the timeline and look at the supporting evidence. We urge you to see this movie through to the end in order to get the whole picture. Reading through interviews, behind-the-scenes photos, and expert commentary will help you understand the gravity of the issue and how it will impact all parties. Now is a good time to think about how even the best-laid plans can be derailed by unforeseen problems and hidden flaws. In conclusion, Rick Harrison's final sentence is a turning point that will change the course of a legendary career and the history of a beloved television program. It is more than just a court decision. As you watch this movie, think about the lessons it teaches us about trust, responsibility, and the unpredictable nature of life in the spotlight. Keep checking back because we are just getting started on this journey into one of the most dramatic tales in recent history. Thank you for your time, and please watch the complete movie if you want to view every part of this surprising and moving tale.